we want to ask you
Yes.
about the picking process. Because in the industry, there is wet pick,
Yes.
dry pick,
Yeah.
or half dry or half wet pick.
Okay.
Can you explain the difference and what do you use in your processing?
So these are terminologies, yeah? Obviously the terminologies will be defined by the person who interprets it. So there is no common standard, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I can tell in general. For example, half dry and half wet, for my understanding in our company, is pretty much similar. Half dry and half wet. It's basically half of them. But let me start with wet actually. Wet processing is the most common processing method. It's practiced everywhere, and it's the easiest way to pluck off the feathers, because you soak the birdnest in the water. Now there are a lot of variations to do this. Some people just soak in the water and then let it dry a bit on the table. Some people just do it in the water. Some people let it for a day, they keep it for a day and then they do it tomorrow. A lot of variations basically, but it soaks in the water for quite a while.
Okay, that's wet pick.
That's wet pick. And the result of the wet pick is usually is the cleanest, because when it's wet, it tends to open. The pores of the bird nest tend to open.
Okay.
The result of the wet processing will not be the same with the half dry or dry in terms of the surface, because it needs more molding, more shaping, more drying, and it tends, the fiber you can see it's already open and it tends to be flat and all these things. Or half dry, it's not going to be very clean, but it's natural process.
How about the nutrition?
Nutrition.
Any difference? Wet and half wet.
Okay. Let me explain the maybe half dry, half wet one first. This basically it's not going to be clean, but it's actually you actually pluck the bird nest in a sort of dry condition, so it still have a shape.
Okay.
It still have a shape, but it's not flat or it's not like something wet. You know, it still has a shape, and you pluck it off. But that being said, you cannot reach the deepest part of the bird nest, and it's really hard to basically get it out. So the dirt later, when it's soaked and prepared for cooking, there might be some debris still. Okay. In terms of the nutritional values now, people believe that the dry one retains more. That's why they keep on saying natural, natural, natural. They retain. In terms of the wet one, it dilutes the nutrition. People believe.
Yeah, people believe that.
But there is no conclusive evidence towards this as well. There are small researches here and there that basically corroborate with that and maybe have the same tendencies, but there is no definite conclusive answer yet about what are the nutrients that I use, how many, what are the percentage, before and afters, huge amount of samplings and all these things. It hasn't been done.
Okay.
Yeah.
The trade-off is if we use the wet pick, we get a cleaner product.
Yeah.
Maybe food safety wise is better.
Yeah.
And when consumer
enjoys it,
they can cook without feathers.
Yes.
And without plucking again.
Yes. Yeah. But of course, what I'm trying to say here, what I just explained is just black and white. There are gray areas, obviously. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of processing factories, right?
Yes.
Every factories have their way of doing their how to bridge this to still retain a good quality products, but faster, doing it faster. Some are successful in doing that, but it's not always black and white. There are also some certain part of the processing factories that can also optimize the nutritional values, cleanliness, and all these things in the same time, and not pulled in different extreme, you know.
Oh, you mean wet and dry?
Wet and dry, yeah, wet and dry.
Okay.
Wet has to be losing nutritional values and all the stereotypes, you know.
Yeah.
But this is usually the tendency in the factory processing.
Okay.
There are techniques, mini techniques that is applied to minimize that.
Okay. So to get the best product, clean but nutritional value in
high,
high
and food safety.
and food safety.
If I can tell, all of our products in registered export to China, they all use water because of the nitrate. Doesn't mean it's wet, but they all use water.
Mm.
Water. Yeah.
Okay.